Webpage 101, Episode 4, Adding Pictures to Your Webpage. Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Webpage 101. Last week I showed you how to add an image as a background to your webpage so you didn't have to just have a solid background. But this week I want to show you how to actually add photographs to your webpage. Images like family photos, vacations, whatnot. Let's take a look at the web page where we left off last week. As you can see, we have the star field here. Now this is a dark background, so if you have dark photos and you try and put them on this background, they may not show up. Now a really a light photo, white, would show up okay, but darker pictures wouldn't be good for this background. I was thinking that the beige background would be better, so if we go to the folder and look at the beige background here, I'm going to select that. So I'm just going to click on it and copy the name. And then I'm going to go back to Notepad++, where we have our text here. And as you can see here, I showed you last week how to get an image that's not inside the folder but maybe on another website. That says here, but this picture is in the folder, and this is a picture that says Hello World. I will put a link in the description so you can download that and use it here. And it is in the folder, so I don't need the web address. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and this is a JPEG, and I'm just going to remove all of this and just insert, paste the name of the beige file here, and again that's a JPEG. Now I'm going to save it, and now we're going to go back to the website, web page, and refresh, and there we have our beige file. Alright, going back to Notepad++, I'm going to introduce a new tag today, the image tag. So where we want to go here is we want to go just under the closing center tag here, and this is where we want to put our image tag, and it's less than bracket img and then src with an equal sign. Oops. And then I want to put the file name, which is Hello World. And it's a JPEG file, JPG, and then N there. Okay. Now, if that's all I put and I save the file, let's go ahead and save it. And then go back to the website and refresh it. See, it put the image over here on the left hand side, but I want it to go over here on the right. Just think that looks better. So let's go back to Notepad++, and I'm going to put in an align attribute. And an align attribute is mainly for when you're using images like this, is wrapping text around an image, but right now we don't have any text, so it will just put the image on the right side of the screen. So I made a space in there after the equal sign, and I want to put align, and then an equal sign again, if I can get that to work. There we go, if I stop hitting the wrong button. And then quote marks, and I want this to go to the right with an equal sign. Okay, and then we're going to save it. Go back to the web page and refresh, and now you see it's over here on the right. Okay, so we've got a picture, but it's just kind of bland there, sitting there. How about we put a border around it? you can do that here. We'll go back to Notepad++, and then we're going to use the border attribute, and then another equal sign, quotation mark, and let's say 5. Now we could just put this border 1, and we'll save it and take a look what it looks like. Refresh. Now as you can see, there is a little border around there, but it's just barely visible. I find that putting a value of 5 in there will give you a pretty good looking border. So we're going to put 5, save it again, and refresh. And as you can see, the border's more visible there. Now, you can't change the color of the border when you're using the align or the border attribute, but I will show you a way to change border colors later using another tag. But for right now, we're just going to have it this way. And I wanted to also throw in a bonus tag for you. As you can see, you have the Hello World up there at the top, and now you have an image to the right of the page. And we want to separate that a little bit. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the horizontal rule tag. So what we're going to do is before we actually insert the image, just under the closing center tag, we're going to want to put a new tag here, HR. So less than bracket, HR. And we want to give it a color, so I'm going to tell it I want the color blue, so we're going to put color and an equal sign and blue. So now we're going to save that, go back to the web page, refresh it. Oh, we have a problem here. It didn't put blue, it put red. Why is that? Oh, I see. I forgot to put the closing quotation mark. So we got to do that. Now save it again. Back to the page, and there it is, blue. That's the thing, if you forget quotation marks, it'll just throw something in there, whatever the computer can figure out, because you pretty much have to be exact. Now, I want to show you one other thing here, actually a couple of things. You can see here in the image tag, I didn't put a closing tag in here. There's no closing tag for this. Also in the horizontal rule tag, there's no closing tag for that as well. And I will tell you when you have tags that doesn't need a closing, but these two don't. Another thing I wanted to show you is is another attribute in the image tag. It's called the alt attribute, and it's just alt and then equal sign, and then we want to put a text in here, usually the name of the image that you're going to display. So I'm going to put Hello World and close it off with a quotation mark. And now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to just change the file name here, Hello World JPG. I'm going to just erase the D. And now we're going to save that and go back to the page and refresh it again. Now, as you can see, we changed the name of the file. We don't have an image in the folder by that name, but we did have a placeholder for the text. So it couldn't get an image, so I put the text here instead, hello world. It's good to put that in there in case you run across this problem, you misspell the name of an image file, and then when you save it and look at it on the web page, it won't show up, but you'll know what the image is supposed to be if you put the name in there, so you can go back and correct your mistakes. It's a way just to make a placeholder so that you have a way to know what image didn't show up and where. So let's go back to Notepad++ and fix that. We'll put the D back in, save it again, and go back and refresh. And there's the image back again, hello world. And I hope this episode helps you out. If you're liking the series and the episodes, please give me a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel, the link's down below. And please check out my social media sites, G+, Facebook, and Twitter. And also, if you missed last week's Webpage 101, just click the image to the left there. And please check out my website, the Chuck Baker homepage at chuckbaker.org. The link's up at the top. And until next week, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.